with Prime Minister Narendra Modi taking on the Congress party for deliberately holding the parliament for their selfish motives and agenda. Taking a dig at the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, Prime Minister Modi said that those who have been rejected 80 to 90 times resort to politics of disruption and don't allow fruitful discussions on issues that matter to the country. The Prime Minister appealed to the opposition to let the House function and also highlighted that young MPs must be given the chance to make their voices heard. Both Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha have been adjourned till Wednesday. Here's what the Prime Minister said before the proceedings began.
80, 90 बार जनता ने जिनको लगातार नकार दिया है, वे न संसद में चर्चा होने देते हैं, न लोकतंत्र की भावना का सम्मान करते हैं, न ही वह लोगों की आकांक्षाओं का कोई महत्व समझते हैं, उनका उसके प्रति कोई दायित्व है वो कोई समझ पाते हैं। और उसका परिणाम है वो जनता की उम्मीदों पर कभी भी खरे नहीं उतरते हैं। दुर्भाग्य से कुछ लोगों ने अपने राजनीतिक स्वार्थ के लिए जिनको जनता ने अस्वीकार किया है, वे संसद को भी मुट्ठी भर लोगों के हुड़दंगबाजी से कंट्रोल करने का लगातार प्रयास कर रहे हैं। उनका अपना मकसद तो संसद की गतिविधि को रोकने से ज्यादा सफल नहीं होता है और देश की जनता उनके सारे व्यवहारों को काउंट करती है और जब समय आता है तो सजा भी देती है। लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा पीड़ा की बात यह है कि जो नए सांसद होते हैं, नए विचार, नई ऊर्जा लेकर के आते हैं और ये किसी एक दल में नहीं, सभी दल में आते हैं। उनके अधिकारों को कुछ लोग दबोच देते हैं। सदन में बोलने का उनको अवसर तक नहीं मिलता है।
Meanwhile, the opposition is geared up to corner the government on a host of issues. They want a discussion on the Adani issue. They want to discuss the Sambal violence, on Manipur as well as on Delhi pollution, on the increasing number of railway-related accidents. On Sunday, the government had listed 16 bills, including the Waqf Amendment Bill, for consideration, an issue which has already triggered a huge debate between the government and the opposition. The opposition members who are part of the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Waqf have also written to the Speaker Om Birla seeking an extension of the tenure of the JPC. So let's take you through the highlights of the letter that have been written by the opposition leaders to the Speaker. So this is the MPs who have written it, and they have asked for an extension of the tenure of the Joint Parliamentary Committee on the Waqf bill. So they've essentially asked for more time on the same. And they say in their argument that there have been only 25 sittings that have been held so far. And they say that various state governments are yet to depose before them. So these are some of the reasons that the opposition MPs have given to delay the proceedings on the Waqf bill. The government, remember, has showed its intent to bring the bill for discussion in the winter session of the parliament. The opposition, though, says that the Waqf bill is an expansive legislation. It involves major changes to the law, and these changes will effectively bring in a change for a large section of people. And a mere 3 months for a report is not enough, saying that it may result in improper recommendations as well. So the JPC has sat on it for several times. They've met over 25 times. But the opposition MPs say that it's not enough time. They say that it needs proper consultation and deliberation, asking finally to extend the panel's tenure for a reasonable time. They say that the legislation and these discussions can't be a formality and that substantive opportunity was not given to them. So these are some of the reasons that they have mentioned. And in fact, they've gone on to say that the legitimacy of the legislation process will be affected if it is not delayed further. Listen in to what the opposition said.
See, any amendment to the law should be based on proper, scientific approach. And if there's any lacuna in the law, that should be rectified in the amendments, no doubt about that. No law is perfect. So it should not be used as a weapon to target the minorities. That is the only thing. Of course, I think there are some issues which are concerning the Waqf. And that needs to be sorted out, debated, discussed in a proper environment, and not try to create a situation of confusion and hate, and not to target any community.
Process are not at all being followed by the chairman. He is hurrying up, bulldozing the proceedings. There are so many procedures, including a dissent note, including the voting, each and every class of the proposed bill. All these things have to be happened. In spite of that, Chairman Sumoto, he is calling that on 29th or 30th, the report has to be, our JPC report has to be submitted to the Parliament. That is unknown to the JPC. We have met the JPC right from Bofors, 2G. Now this JPC wanted to bypass all the proceedings contemplated in the law book. That is why we submitted a memorandum to the Speaker. Speaker fairly accepted it.
क्यों सिर्फ एक बोर्ड के बारे में बात करते हैं, क्यों एंडोमेंट बोर्ड के बारे में बात नहीं करते, क्यों मुस्लिम डिपार्टमेंट के बारे में बात नहीं करते, क्यों हिंदू रिलीजियस प्लेसेस एक्ट के बारे में बात नहीं करते। सारे मजहब के अलग अलग कम्युनिटीज को जो है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में प्रोविजन दिया गया है कि अपने अपने रिलीजियस इंस्टीट्यूशन को खुद गवर्न कर सकते हैं। तो इसीलिए जो है सारे कम्युनिटीज के अलग अलग बोर्ड बने और प्रधानमंत्री जी को सिर्फ वक्फ बोर्ड दिखता है, क्योंकि उनको हिंदू मुस्लिम करना है। ये उसमें पूरा काम नहीं हुआ, पूरी डिटेल डिस्कशंस नहीं हुए, उसमें टाइम की जरूरत है।
So while the MPs from the opposition are seeking an extension of the tenure of the JPC, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju on Sunday, after the all-party meeting, asserted that the JPC report most likely will be tabled in the first week of the winter session. Remember, in the last few sittings of the Joint Parliamentary Panel on the Waqf Bill, a lot of drama had also unfolded with multiple walkouts by the leaders of the opposition. In fact, in one of the meetings, the TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee had even smashed a glass bottle and injured himself.
हम लोग स्पीकर साहब का साथ भेंट किया है, हम लोग पहले भी भेंट किया। हम लोग का भावना जो था उन्होंने उनको बोला था ये बुलडोज कर रहे हैं, जेपीसी का चेयरमैन बुलडोज कर रहा है, हम लोग को सुनता नहीं है, सबको सुनता नहीं है और ये इतना जल्दी रिपोर्ट नहीं देने सकता है, तो ये रिपोर्ट फॉल्टी हो जाएगा, टाइम लगेगा। तो स्पीकर साहब के सुनने के बाद बोला कि आप लोग को जो भावना है वो भावना को हम लोग रिस्पेक्ट किया। हाँ, तो टाइम उन्होंने बढ़ा देंगे और जो स्टेट को बात नहीं सुना है उन सब स्टेट को बात सुनेंगे, जो इंटरेस्ट स्टेक होल्डर है सबको बात सुनेंगे, उसका बात जो होगा।
So let's tell you and give you a timeline of what really happened. Remember, the discussion on Waqf has been taking place for a long time now. After the government spoke about the changes to the Waqf law, bringing in the Waqf bill, the opposition leaders have also been opposing it, even as the government made that announcement. In fact, it was on October 15, 2024, when the opposition MPs had decided to walk out of the Waqf Amendment Bill meeting. So the meeting had taken place, but they did not want to be a part of it. The government had reached out to the opposition, but the opposition walked out. On the 22nd of October as well, there was a scuffle during the Waqf JPC meeting, and this is when the TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee had smashed a glass bottle, hurting himself in the process. But it didn't end there. On the 29th of October, there was another meeting that had taken place here. Yet again, it was the same story. The opposition walked out from the JPC after a heated discussion. And this has happened time and again. Remember, there have been multiple meetings on Waqf, multiple Joint Parliamentary Committee meetings, and time and again the opposition has walked out. The discussions have ended in a scuffle in these meetings as well. But remember, the BJP has made it clear that it will be brought in. In fact, in his victory speech after the Maharashtra mandate, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while speaking on the Waqf issue, had also taken on the Congress party and accused the Congress of bringing the Waqf law for appeasement politics. In fact, he also highlighted that there is no place for the Waqf law in the constitution given to the country by Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And by bringing the Waqf law, the Congress gave a death penalty to real secularism. Here's what the Prime Minister had said.
दशकों तक कांग्रेस ने देश में यही खेल खेला। कांग्रेस ने तुष्टीकरण के लिए कानून बनाए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश तक की परवाह नहीं की। बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर जी ने जो संविधान हमें दिया है ना, जिस संविधान की रक्षा के लिए हम प्रतिबद्ध है, संविधान में वक्फ कानून का कोई स्थान ही नहीं है। लेकिन फिर भी कांग्रेस ने तुष्टीकरण के लिए वक्फ बोर्ड जैसी व्यवस्था पैदा कर दी। ये इसलिए किया गया ताकि कांग्रेस के परिवार का वोट बैंक बढ़ सके।